today we're leaving Vallarta for an entire 7 days.
Where are we going?
We are going to Galveston for family vacay.
Let me explain you something. I'm going to start with the checking process. So then you have to go to the immigration office because you have a car on this case. Because you enter to this country on car, right?
Yeah, we pay for 180 days.
You pay already?
Yeah.
Okay, actually in this case, I'm going to go with you there. First of all, let me
Okay.
do the checking process, okay?
Stop through immigration's never fun, but it worked out okay. There's just
We're about to have to pull out our Spanish arguing skills.
which
We don't test very often.
we don't test, but unfortunately they have been tested a few times lately. Oddly enough,
Yeah.
that's another story. Yeah, there's just some discrepancies because last time we came into Mexico is through San Diego Tijuana border, so they just had to double check that we weren't here illegally. So just doing the job, That's cheating. That is cheating. It's cheating. Fair fight on this one. That's not fair. I'm losing. Loser. That is right. We're going to Gringolandia, going to the United States to spend some time with Hiller's family.
Yep.
Usually every year we get together and do like a family thing.
Summer vacation. Yeah.
Before it's been, last year was Nana's 90th birthday. 90th?
Yeah.
And then usually before that we went to the Frio River in the Texas Hill Country. This year we're going to the Golfo de Mexico.
Yeah, we haven't really been to the beach in like several years. I'm excited because there's going to be so many nieces and nephews there.
There'll be a lot of kids, Okay. Other than family, what is just one thing you miss from the United States, or like living in the United States, being in the United States? And let me preface that with obviously we love Mexico, but we still love the United States, and there are things that, we grew up in the US, so that's, it's still a part of us. So what's one thing other than family, which is like the thing that we miss, but other than that, what is it that you miss from Gringolandia?
Sometimes the familiarity with finding the things I need.
Like, or give us an example, like.
So, like this past week, for example, we bought a bunch of spices at the market. You guys probably saw, and they all came in these little tiny plastic bags that are stapled closed. So now that I've ripped them open, I have nowhere to put, and none of them are labeled. I have nowhere to put those. So I was trying to find some sort of like little tiny jars or
something to put the little spices in.
Some sort of containers, and like I know exactly where I would go in the States. I would go to the Container Store, I would go to IKEA, I would go to Walmart, I would go to Target. But in Mexico, and that's just a silly little example, but I feel like sometimes those are just, I'm not quite familiar with the best places to get the things that you need.
And we walked around the market asking people. We figured the market would be the perfect place.
And that's a super random thing.
Yeah, but I think that's a good example of like a small thing like that that's just sometimes, even after 3 years, there's some things that still, like we just haven't figured out.
Greg needs hand grips for his hands. And like in the United States, we go straight to Academy. But we're not quite sure where that is in Vallarta.
We went to a sports store here in Vallarta. They didn't have any. So it's just some things still just different, that's all. We got the second row. I would like to point out we are going to make the opposite video on our way back. We're going to make a video about all the things we miss about Mexico when we're not in Mexico. Or some of the things we appreciate about Mexico that we don't necessarily. Spoiler food. I know, I already missed my tacos al pastor. Whereas, I know. Mi cafe.
It's only been like an hour.
Okay, we're spoiling the next video. What's something else you miss from living or being in the States on a more permanent basis? Not much, huh? I'll go. I will say almost all of these things I think are under our control to a degree. And one of those is the language. You know, no matter how much we practice Spanish, how good we get at Spanish, there's a lot of room for improvement, obviously. It's still not our first language.
Yeah,
and there's
English
still...
is our first language, and like Greg and I speak English to one another, like on and off camera, so I feel like that's something that's different.
Well, and there's always like getting your hair cut is kind of stressful in Spanish. Going to the doctor is stressful in Spanish. So it's like, it's not the day-to-day things anymore like it used to be 2 or 3 years ago. It's just
like
some
the
of
little
those
extras, like asking for spice containers.
I was just saying, like, going to the doctor is really stressful. Like,
to explain your symptoms in Spanish.
And it's always easy. The doctors are always great. They always help, and if they speak English, they'll usually, you know, try and help as much as they can. But that part is always stressful.
Language.
It's not our first language, and I can really sympathize with people that live in Mexico or that live in the United States that are Mexican, whose first language is Spanish, who have to go to the doctor and whose doctor probably doesn't speak Spanish. And people in the States don't speak Spanish unless they're Mexican or of Hispanic origin. So I can really sympathize for those people because I don't know where I was going. I got distracted.
No, that was fine.
Squirrel.
The whole thing about English being our native language and feeling more comfortable. Just in general in English, it feels really uncomfortable to speak this much English.
I've already made so many good jokes.
Oh gosh, she's trying to make friends with everybody in English, just making corny jokes left and right. Yeah, just like walking up to counters or the taxi Uber drivers or whatever it is, it's like my go-to in those situations, 90% of the time is Spanish.
Someone let us cross the street and I said thank you, like this.
And they were probably like, what the heck? Where are we going?
Denny's, baby! It's the only thing within walking distance.
I see a Dairy Queen.
Where?
Away across the way.
Oh. Across the highway?
I see a donuts place. Donuts!
Oh my gosh.
Look! Taco truck.
It's like we never left.
It's closed.
Tripita.
We tried. It's got barbacoa, chicharrón, camarón, chorizo, pastor, tripita.
Sincronizadas.
Lengua, fajita. Boy, I've never heard tripa as tripita, but
it's just little ones.
It's little intestines.
Taquitos.
Do you have trouble ordering your eggs?
I was thinking revueltos, no, estrellados, no. What is that word?
Huevos a la mexicana.
And I was staring at Greg for assistance, and Greg was like, order your eggs, woman. I could not think of the word scrambled. Scrambled.
Your brain is scrambled.
I feel like I was staring at you like, please bail me out of this. And you were like, eggs, how do you want them?
Do you miss food from the United States?
I'm pretty excited about this biscuit and gravy.
Ooh, yeah, okay, so what are foods that you miss the most?
I miss foods that are at the restaurant Cracker Barrel. Not necessarily from there, but foods that they have there. So like green bean casserole, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, fried chicken.
Yeah.
And there's some of that in Mexico. We've been able to find some things.
Some of it. But it's like you guys have told us.
Southern mashed potatoes.
Just home cooked Southern food. It's like you all told us about Mexican food. It's like it's good in restaurants, but the best Mexican food is found in people's homes. It's like from your abuelita, from your mom's.
Yeah.
It's the same with food in the States. Like Denny's isn't a representation of like food.
It's the only thing within walking distance.
Unfortunately, it is. Yeah, it is. but it has become a representation
of southerny.
Of just food in the States. But it's I don't know. You just have to have home cooked American food, home cooked Southern
and
food.
Butter. I miss butter. Butter in Mexico? No. I don't know what's wrong with butter in Mexico, but that ain't butter. You've been lied to for years.
What are you talking about?
It's like congealed, unsalted gel in Mexico.
The butter's really not the same. I don't think it's that. I think she's being a little dramatic.
Butter in Denny's, I'm just gonna ask for a couple extra butters on the side for my eggs.
For sus huevos.
I just couldn't think of the word scrambled. Give me a break.
What did you get that couldn't wait for me to film it?
Biscuits and gravy.
Dang, she didn't have the plate down for 2 seconds and she was... You can't find this in Mexico, can you? I mean, it's not the same as like home cooked biscuits, gravy,
It's not the
hash
same,
browns.
but it's close.
You don't find gravy in Mexico.
No, I've never.
Yeah. I went with the boring. I just got chicken tenders, nothing exciting, with some kind of special sauce. But you don't find a lot of chicken tenders. You find them at Hooters. Alright, how does it feel to be back in the States? And let me preface by saying, we're not where we're from. We're in Houston, and we're just staying at a hotel by the airport in a kind of an interesting area. So it's not like we're home. It's one more. Just trying to walk into an abandoned parking lot.
Abandoned. That's how I would describe this area.
Yeah, it is a little abandoned. How does it feel?
It feels good with this diet root beer.
What? What is that?
Oh my gosh, it's the best part of Houston.
Do they make root beer in Mexico? I don't know if I've ever seen root beer. That's like it's really the small things like that, like the things that don't really
like
matter.
Spicy mango candies. Like I feel like Mexicans can't get those in the States. So that's like something something I already missed from Mexico.
I don't know. It's really just the small things. But I mean, already being back, it feels super weird. We sat on this sidewalk trying to get time lapse, and it felt really dangerous.
Yeah,
cars are going 90 miles an hour. I don't know.
It's weird. It's a weird place.
I guess my final thought about being back in the States is today we don't feel at home, but tomorrow we will because we'll be with family.
Yeah,
today we talked all about the things that we miss about the States besides family, and I would say all of them.
Not a whole lot.
All of them are meaningless.
Yeah.
All of them are kind of under our control.
Tomorrow will bring a whole new meaning for us.
Yeah, the really thing that we miss, honestly, is our family and friends.
Yeah.
We wanted to give a special thank you to the Reuben family. Well, your last name's not Reuben.
No. Reuben and family.
But Reuben and your family and his family from Denton, Texas met my mom today. And my mom got a kick out of that. Thought it was awesome. Sent us some pictures. So
hi Reuben and fam.
Hi Reuben and fam.
Hi Greg's mom for us.
And well, tomorrow we'll see you at the beach, huh?
Woohoo! With my mama.